What is the fastest time to a city on Mars?
Since the beginning of the year, Elon Musk has made hints that Tesla will unveil the location of its next Gigafactory before the end of 2022. And along the year, there has been compelling evidence that Tesla is actively investigating sites in Canada. Another claim about a potential facility in Mexico has some proof to back it up. But Tesla has also expressed interest in building a new Gigafactory in Asia, more specifically in South Korea. So, why would Tesla consider South Korea as a potential location for a Gigafactory? And what does South Korea have to say about this? Welcome to the Tesla News Hangout. Today, we are going to look at why Tesla's next Gigafactory could be in South Korea. So, stay tuned as we look into this. According to the Office of the President of South Korea, President Yoon Suk-yeol requested that Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, make significant investments in South Korea, including the construction of a production plant for electric vehicles here. This request was made during a meeting that took place via video conference on Wednesday morning. Yoon and Musk were at first scheduled to see one another in person during the B20 conference that took place in Bali. However, given that Musk was unable to go to Bali for the meeting, it was decided to cancel it, and instead of talking in person, they opted to do it online. During their discussion, Yoon and Musk reportedly discussed concrete measures to work in investing in the production of electric vehicles in Korea. This information was provided in a written statement that was issued by the presidential office. Additionally, they discussed their individual viewpoints on the progression of technology around the world. After learning about Tesla's plans to construct what the company refers to as a Gigafactory in Asia in the future to manufacture finished electric vehicles, Yoon approached Musk with a request to make an investment in Korea. During their conversation, they discussed Korea's world-class automotive industry ecology as well as the investment conditions. There are now 5 Gigafactory, with one each in the United States of America, Germany, China, and other nations. A presidential official who spoke on the record described Yoon's request as a direct demand for the company to locate a Gigafactory in South Korea. At the moment, Tesla is looking for a location in Asia to locate a new Gigafactory in the first quarter of 2023, and Yoon's request is directly in line with the company to the location in South Korea. In response, Musk stated that he believed Korea to be one of the best investment opportunities and that he intended to make a decision after carefully examining investment factors such as the availability of labor, technological advancements, and the environment for manufacturing in Asian contenders. Musk also stated that he believed Korea to be one of the best investment possibilities. Musk also expressed his desire to aggressively engage in Korea's infrastructure for charging electric vehicles. He claimed that Tesla continues to use Korea's better parts in domains connected to autonomous driving and artificial intelligence, and he stated that he intends to aggressively engage in Korea's infrastructure for charging electric vehicles. The CEO claimed that supply chain collaboration with Korean firms is projected to rise significantly, with component purchases from Korean businesses estimated to reach over $10 billion in 2023. This is huge, considering that this year is estimated to add up to a total of $5.7 billion. As a direct result of Musk's statements, the stock prices of a number of Korean vehicle and battery manufacturers surged. An automotive professor at Daelim University named Kim Pil-soo suggested Elon Musk may take into consideration the disadvantages of developing a Gigafactory in Korea. Although there is a nickel deposit in Indonesia, which is another possible contender, and there are Tesla plants in Korea, which are required to use the batteries, the country does not have the latter, nor does it have the advanced automotive and battery technology that would enable synergy with the American electric vehicle manufacturer. According to Choi Sang-mok, the senior presidential secretary for economic affairs, who made the announcement during a press briefing, the government will establish a task force team comprised of representatives from the industry ministry and the Korea Trade Investment Promotion Agency, to carry out activities to attract investment by closely cooperating with Tesla. Both SpaceX, which successfully launched a recycled orbital-class rocket, and Tesla, which helped pave the way for the age of electric automobiles, were singled out for special praise by President Yoon. He praised Musk for his tireless efforts to pave the way and expressed his faith that successful innovation will continue in the future. The president made a reference to Nuri, the Korean space rocket that was launched in June, and stated that Korea is working to increase its competitiveness in the space business by supporting the creation of an aerospace agency and encouraging space and aviation entrepreneurs. Yoon also inquired about the possibility of commercial partnerships between SpaceX and Korean companies operating in the space industry. In the event that unreasonable rules prohibit foreign high-tech innovation enterprises from pursuing investment opportunities in Korea, the president has called for a reform that is in accordance with the standards established internationally. According to the Office of the President, in order to raise the level of national competitiveness, the government will continue to work toward attracting investment from high-tech companies. Tesla has been mulling over the possibility of developing a second Gigafactory somewhere in Asia other than China in light of the fact that demand for electric vehicles is expected to skyrocket in India and Southeast Asia. After manufacturing 930,000 units in 2021, Tesla projected that its production would increase to 20 million units by the year 2030. It plans to dominate the global market for electric vehicles by achieving economies of scale in its operations. As a result of this, India, Indonesia, and Japan have been brought up as possible locations for a future Gigafactory. It is noteworthy to note that Musk also selected Korea as one of the leading opportunities for investment in this context. If Tesla decides to build a new Gigafactory in Korea, the local automobile industry is likely to see a tectonic shift due to the impending arrival of a disruptive new player in the market. There are 5 car manufacturers in Korea, but Hyundai Motor Group has the majority of the market share. The Hyundai Motor Group acts as the hub of the automotive ecosystem in this country. If Tesla, the largest electric car manufacturer in the world, were to enter the market in Korea, it would form a new industrial axis. A substantial domestic market with space for development, a stable component supply chain, and a vast FTA network are among the advantages that Korea possesses as a production hub. In Korea, Tesla sold 17,789 units in 2021. And as of October 2022, the company has sold 13,038 units. Recently, multinational manufacturing companies have been importing rather than exporting items that were formerly manufactured in countries with lower wages. Korea's top-tier component supply network and global battery juggernauts like LG Energy Solution, Samsung SDI, and SK On are further advantages of the country. Despite the fact that there are continuing labor management problems in Korea, some commentators believe that General Motors (GM) continues to run a factory there because the company acknowledges the benefits of the local component supply chain. In addition, Korea has free trade agreements, FTAs, with close to 80 different countries, which maximizes its value as a platform for export. Businesses in Korea are able to respond more swiftly to changes in demand from regions such as the United States, Europe, Central and South America, and many more because to free trade agreements, FTAs. It has been pointed out by some people with knowledge of the business world that the demand for Tesla vehicles in Korea is not sufficient to warrant the construction of a Gigafactory, and that even taking into account exports, it may be more beneficial for Tesla to construct a factory in Southeast Asia rather than in Korea. They assert that Musk could have engaged in meaningless gestures in an effort to win over Korean customers. Professor Lee Ho-kayan from the Department of Automotive Engineering at Daeduk University stated that Korea has outstanding technology, but the employment market is limited, and there are risks like excessive labor unions. He went ahead to say that it would be best if they avoided becoming excessively enthused, considering the actions that Musk participated in during the acquisition of Twitter. So, do you think Tesla will set up a Gigafactory in South Korea? And is it a good idea? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel Tesla News Hangout, where we talk about Elon Musk, Tesla, and SpaceX. While you're at it, hit the bell so you never miss any of our videos, as more exciting ones like this are on the way. I'll see you at the next one.